Hey YouTube, what's up in JT Sasuke? I'm here to bring you my review for The Flash. So, jumping right into this episode was basically Barry confirming his suspicions on Harrison Wells being the Reverse Flash. We're actually going to start with Harrison Wells. Harrison Wells has his backstory shown. What ended up happening was that night, when Barry's mom died, the Flash and the Reverse Flash traveled through time together on that night to Barry's mom's house, and they fought. Now, they obviously slowed down the fight so we could see some of the things that happened. They were beating the living shit out of each other. Barry was the one taking most of the damage, but he did get some good kicks and punches in. Eventually, what happened was yelled at Barry to leave. And no, she yelled at him to stay away, and his father yelled at Barry to run away. And that's when the Reverse Flash took Barry, put him like 20 blocks away, and then as he started running again, he ran out of Speed Force. He took off his mask, and he took off the hood mask part, and it turned out it wasn't Harrison Wells. Eobard Thawne is a completely different person than Harrison Wells. After that, Mr. Thawne ended up actually stalking Harrison Wells and his wife. And eventually he caused a car crash with the two of them, and he used some type of device that allowed him to turn himself into Harrison Wells. Apparently Harrison Wells and his wife were supposed to both create the particle accelerator together, as well as Star Labs together in the year 2020. He needed that to happen sooner. So everything that has happened up to this point is because of Eobard Thawne, and because he wanted to recreate the Flash. Obviously, he needs the Flash to be the Flash, so that way he can get back to the future, as said in a previous episode. So that being said, that's what happened. So Harrison Wells is dead. His life force and DNA, all that exists within Eobard Thawne now. So the actual Harrison Wells is dead. In the meantime, the rest of the episode basically goes upon him and Joe trying to figure out exactly how he's related to the Reverse Flash. At the end of the episode, Barry actually says that he doesn't know how, but somehow Harrison Wells is the man in yellow, the Reverse Flash, because of the way that he described something. The Trickster came into the picture, and I'll get to what he described in a moment. The Trickster came into the picture. At first, a bunch of explosives on parachutes came down within like a park today. Well, not today, but in the show. And it started exploding. This one little kid was about to touch it for some reason, and the Flash came in and saved him. After that, they started trying to track down this new guy known as the Trickster. That's when they pulled up the old Trickster, which was Mark Hamill. Now, just for a little Flash reference, the 90s series Flash, Mark Hamill was the Trickster in that. So they have Mark Hamill reprise his role. That's awesome. Moving forward. And for those of you that don't know who Mark Hamill is, he's Luke Skywalker. But moving forward, they basically they visited him in prison. He's been in prison for about 20 years now. They visited him in prison, and Mark Hamill basically was playing them the entire time. He made it seem like he didn't know who the hell this other person was, but he knew, and it was actually turned out to be his son. What they ended up doing was breaking him out of prison, taking Barry's father captive, not because they knew that he was the Flash, but because if they caught themselves into some type of if they found themselves in some type of tight situation, a cop's father would be a great bargaining chip. What they ended up doing was actually tying him up and setting something over him, like a box, and set it with a bunch of sharp knives pointing down, so if the bottom of the box opened, they would all come down and kill his father. In the meantime, they took a bomb and they were about to basically blow up everything, like the entire city. They snuck into the fundraiser that the mayor was having, gave everybody a compound of mercury, which is a very fast acting poison, and told them that they have 1 hour to transfer all of their money into the account on the bottom of the glass. Otherwise they'll all die. And once they do that, they'll all get the antidote. Obviously, they weren't going to get the antidote. When they found this out, people at Star Labs, they synthesized a agent that will allow him to actually give just a little dose to everybody in the room, so that way they will all be protected from the poison. But what ended up happening before that was the Flash confronted the Trickster, and he put on him an explosive device and said, if you run under 600 miles per hour, it will explode. He started running, and after he started running, he contacted everybody and told them what happened. And they were just like, yeah, you need to keep running, and you need to keep running fast, because it's attached to a pedometer, which I think that's how it's pronounced. And basically, it's attached to something that would allow the explosive to know how fast you're going, and if it does reach under 600 miles per hour, it will explode. So that's when Harrison Wells was like, okay, well, I need you to try something. I need you to phase through some type of wall. And he was like, how the hell do you do that? He was like, if you can vibrate your cells at the same frequency as the air, theoretically you should be able to phase through an object. He didn't know how to, so Harrison Wells talked him through it. And I forget a lot of the stuff he said. I know he started talking about letting him feel the air around you and allow that air to become one with you and start feeling the force around you. Something like a speed force, and become one with it. Let it become one with you and phase through that object. And he did that, and he phased right through it, and he phased right through a truck. And the thing on his wrist came off and exploded. After that, and he defeated the Trickster, he actually revealed his secret identity to Eddie Thawne. Earlier in the episode, it was said that Iris's boss went missing. She tried to talk to Eddie about it, but Eddie was concerned about the Trickster. So Iris's dad, Eddie, as well as the Flash, Barry, they all decided to work on this together after Barry revealed his secret identity to Eddie. And obviously Eddie now knows that Barry is the Flash, so he's gonna have some type of feelings. They told her a lie, saying that he went to Australia or was it Brazil, one of those two, to follow some girl that he had wanted to have some type of relationship with. And after that, they decided that they were going to figure out how to do this, and they suspected Harrison Wells had something to do with it. And they also said that because of the way that Harrison Wells described phasing through that wall for the truck for this instance, somehow he's the Reverse Flash, because Barry said that the way he described it, he was describing it as if he had the experience. And that's basically where the episode ended. So as far as an episode, it was alright. I do wish that the Trickster didn't seem like a huge side plot. And that's what it felt like he was just nothing but a side plot. Other than that, the episode was, like I said, pretty good. It was alright. I do like how everything is converging on Harrison Wells, and everything is not going to be going the same way. We are going to be getting the revelation that he is the Reverse Flash in future episodes. So we're just going to see exactly how this goes. I wonder if it'll be revealed that he's actually Eobor Thawne and that he killed the original Harrison Wells years ago. But with that being said, that's my review. So like the video if you did. Comment down below, tell me what you thought, and subscribe. Bye guys.